Hi guys, Mike Lee Kineric, Movement is Life. As promised on Friday when I ran the video about the 50-50% scale, I'm gonna break down today the 50% of the training. Okay, so how do I connect this to double tap? The double tap is basically, this is the double tap. You got 50% is nutrition and recovery. I'm not talking about this today. I'm going to talk today about the 50% training. Now, if you don't understand the mentality of this video, go back to the video I posted on Friday. It explains the 50-50 Agana metrics of the relationship between nutrition and recovery and training. And now we're going to attack the 50% of training. Now, you have this upside down because it's a mirror. So the video is actually done right. Sometimes my settings is fucked up, but you're gonna see this actually upside down. So I'll just read it for you. Okay, so here's the 50%. 50% of the training falls like this: 20% combat fitness, 20% empty hand combat, which gets divided into two. 10% hand-to-hand combat. In other words, I'm fighting or defending against a guy who has no weapon. So it's hand to hand. We both only have hands, no weapons. Then you have 10% weapon defenses. I only have hands. He has a weapon, either a knife, a gun, a baseball bat, a hatchet, a hammer, it doesn't really matter. Any weapon, okay? And finally, you have 10% tactical training. Okay, so now, how does that work on a scheduling level? Okay, so here's the deal, okay? You cannot hope that your training will produce sustainable results. You have to have a plan, okay? You have to lay out a plan, okay? Now, everybody has a certain amount of training time they can do a week, okay? In Israeli units, it's a day, but let's say a week, okay? For most civilians, it goes by the week, okay? So let's say you have only 3 hours a week of training. You can only train 3 hours a week of training because you schedule this, that, or that's all you want to do. Okay? All right. So if you have only 3 hours a week of training, an Agana practitioner should attack it this way. Two of those 3 hours, or those 3 workouts, or 3 sessions, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, should be combat fitness. So it should be the first one of the week, combat fitness, intense, okay? Then the second class of the week, or workout of the week, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, is going to be an empty hand workout. Okay, can be any empty hand workout. Could be hand to hand without weapons. Could be a Muay Thai session. Could be a boxing session. Could be a grappling session. Could be a wrestling session. Doesn't freaking matter. Okay, or could be a fight class. It doesn't matter, but no weapons involved. Okay, and the last workout or class of the week is back to combat fitness, and I would actually make that a metabolic workout. Okay, so if you only have 3 hours a week, I would do combat fitness first one of the week, intense, like almost puking. Okay, second one, empty hand combat. Okay, empty hand combat. Okay, either with weapons or no weapons, but better no weapons on the first week, and I'll circle back to that. Then the last workout of that week, you're going back to combat fitness, but you're doing it more metabolic, okay? Or endurance if you are building up to something, okay? The following week, first workout of the week, you guessed it, combat fitness, intense. Second workout of the week, empty hand, but now weapon defenses. Then the third workout of the week, again, either metabolic or endurance, third workout of the week. Third week of training, combat fitness first, intense. Second, tactical training, any tactical training, knife fighting, knife sparring, dry fire, shooting, it doesn't matter. And the third one, again, combat fitness, metabolic. And that cycle rotates over and over again. That's if you can only train 3 times a week. Okay, if you can train more than 3 times a week, okay, here would be the formula. First workout of the week, combat fitness, intense. Second workout of the week, empty hand. Third workout of the week, combat fitness, metabolic. Fourth workout of the week, tactical training. So now you have combat fitness intense, empty hand, combat fitness metabolic, tactical training. That's a cycle of 4 workouts a week, okay? And then the only things that you would cycle different would be on the first week, combat fitness intense, empty hand versus empty hand, combat fitness metabolic, knife fighting. The following week, combat fitness intense, weapon defense instead of hand-to-hand combat defense, empty hand, then metabolic combat fitness, and then dry fire. Okay, the third week of that, combat fitness intense, hand-to-hand combat, back to hand-to-hand against hand-to-hand, combat fitness metabolic or endurance, and now you can do scenario training like live fire, okay, or this and that. That's the cycles, okay. The best way to do this is to have 5 workouts a week. Then you don't have to cycle anything. Okay, then it would be combat fitness, intense first one of the week, empty hand, back to combat fitness, back to empty hand weapon defense, and then a tactical. So now you have 5 times a week, and now you're hitting everything as far as a combat athlete, combat warrior, always ready, this and that. So essentially, if you train 5 times a week, you can set up that entire 50% on a weekly basis, okay? That's basically how I train. Okay? I actually train more than 5 times a week because what happens is when I have, for an example, I have one of my black belts, his name is Mark. We do private classes. Once a week, we do a private class that's knife fighting, okay? I am his training partner in that private class. Therefore, there's my tactical training on a weekly basis. Okay, I like to work out by myself. That's just me. I like to push the pace. I don't like nobody slowing me down. I like to do my own thing. A part of it is my PTSD that I like to do it by myself. But I also do workouts with my guys, and usually the workout with my guys are my metabolic workouts because then it's a setup workout, then everybody can be on the same sets, like ladder down, ladder up with the kettlebells, this and that. So that's not affecting what I want to do. But my intense combat fitness workouts, I do on my own. I basically almost to the point where I'm going to faint. Okay, almost to the point where I'm going to faint. That's just the way I like to train. I like to push myself. That's just my mentality. All right, so this is how basically you break down that 50%. Okay, again, this is the Haganah Scale Metrics 50-50 is your scale balance between your nutrition and recovery. That I'm not going to YouTube. Okay, I did that with the 50 they barely make the cut. We did a whole coverage, this and that. There, I have people, students, clients that approach me and want to specifically work out the nutrition and explain to them how I do recovery, this and that. So that I'm not going to YouTube, but that's obviously Movement is Life is an Haganah channel. I try to give as much information to all my people nationwide. So that's basically how you should scale that scale of 50-50. Is it balanced? All right, guys. Michael Kinetic, Movement is Life. I hope that helps. Have a good one, guys. Tuesday morning, double tap.